Hey there, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing the 60,000 mile review of the 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage ES. How's the car been? Well, it's actually been absolutely amazing. So far we've had no issues with it. So what has gone on with the car as of recent? Let me see. So I went off-roading, I went somewhere up there to a mountain peak, and I actually scratched the side of the car pretty badly. I fixed the scratch though, so what I did is from about right here to about, let's see, right here-ish, there is a long scratch. So I went over and got something called McQuire's Rubbing Compound. It actually got rid of the scratch pretty good. But I got some scratches on this mirror here, and that's also gone, so that's a win. And also, this panel right here was also scratched, so I was actually able to buff all of that out. Oh, for some reason the door's locked. Let me see. Luckily the window's down, so I could just open it. There we go. And yeah, I scratched this panel here as well, and I buffed it out. Although I got a new scratch here for some reason, so that's fine. And overall, what's the gas mileage been on the car so far? So I hypermile every bit of it, but I think it's still real world gas mileage, if that's what I've averaged for the life of the car. The gas mileage I've got was 55.2 miles per gallon, but I have one tank that's wrong, so it's more like 54.7 miles per gallon. One tank is a bit messed up, so just acknowledge that. I'm not gonna be able to fix that, sadly. My tank, that tank is gone forever, so maybe I'll have to modify it somehow and make it better. But that's alright. Let me just show you how many miles we have on the car. Actually, the door's locked, so do I have a key with me? Oh yes, I do. Even better. Alright, so if you come on into the door, this door for some reason is sticking. It doesn't really want to open super freely, and it's not really lined up. I don't know what's wrong with the hinge on this door. I don't know. It's it jerks when you open it sometimes. Either way, I got bored of all the modifications in here. I didn't like the steering wheel cover, so I got rid of that. The horn's nice though. This backup camera and everything has been absolutely amazing. This car has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Also, what else is going on? I got rid of the plastic cover here. That was a bit annoying. I didn't like, personalizing the car. I wanted it to look like stock, so I got rid of that. There's not a very good view out the rear view mirror for some reason. I don't know why exactly, but that's okay. That's probably just because it's like a cargo van or something. That's what I treat it like anyway. It's like a cargo van. And the seats, they've actually been pretty comfortable here. There's not really all that much going on with them foam-wise. They're a little bit harsh if you go on a super long drive for some people. I find the seats to be absolutely fine though, but again, some people find the seats to be a little bit hard. Now, how does the AC work? The AC in this car works absolutely fine. Car starts up just fine as well. For some reason, we have a door open light no matter what we do. I don't know what's up with that. And we also have an airbag light. I don't know what the airbag light's for, but as you can see, we got some nice ice cold AC coming out of the system here. Now this car, a lot of people think it doesn't have Android Auto, but no, it actually does have Android Auto. You have to use the USB port down here, actually. It's not wireless Android Auto, it's just regular Android Auto. And yeah, the AC, it works really nice. Actually, I could probably close the window here while I do this review, because I'm not too worried about my gas mileage today. It's not really too big of a concern. Either way, yeah, the car in here, has a mirror for the passenger side. That's pretty good. Apparently on older models of this car, you didn't actually have a mirror here, and that was a complaint people had. So if you want to look at yourself while you're being driven down the road in a Mitsubishi Mirage, you can now. And on the driver's side, you have the mirror as well. Hi, how are you doing? And the car sounds a little bit louder for some reason recently. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, I have a complaint though. Yeah, the airbag light's on. I don't know what that means exactly. It is what it is. But as you can see, you have a cold engine, but the car revs up just fine here. And it's actually running absolutely amazingly still. I recently serviced the transmission, so that's good. We have so far serviced it at 15,000 miles, 20,000 miles to redo something I did wrong, then 40,000 miles, and then at 60,000 miles we redid it. Today we are at 106 degrees Fahrenheit outside, if you're wondering. And if we go to the miles, we are currently at 59,497. I just don't really feel like going to 60,000 for the video. I feel like I'll end up passing 60,000 before I make the next video, so that's why we're doing that right now. But Yeah, overall though, how's the wear been? Well, the steering wheel, as you can see, it's actually in perfect condition here. I did actually get a scratch somewhere in the emblem here at some point, so that's not too good. I don't know why there's like chunks of little glass bits up here. I don't know where that came from, but that's fine. Oh, by the way, this car also has an optional push button start. We don't have that. There's also a fog light button on this car, but again, we don't have fog lights. That's not an option this car came with. Also, if you come down here, you can see a couple things down here. This car has automatic side mirrors. The mirrors actually move with a automatic button, which is nice. The Ford Maverick we have doesn't do that. You can also see down here we have traction control. If you hold the traction control down, it will actually turn itself off, like so, and you can tap it again to turn it back on. That can be useful if you're getting stuck. Also, this car comes with Ford collision mitigation, except every single car past 2021 comes with it. If you hold it down, you can turn it off. If you touch it, you can turn it on, and you can actually press it. This is the closest it will intervene, and then this is the farthest, and then that's medium. So I usually leave that on maximum for ultimate safety. And if you're wondering what this button here is, that is a button I don't have, but that is lane keep assist, if you're wondering. By the way, the backup camera works absolutely amazingly, as you see here. For some reason, it's like not aligned perfectly, but as you see, it works pretty good. It's not the best quality backup camera in the market, but I do think it is definitely a contender for being quite good. If we put the car in drive here, I mean, it drives just fine. I've made so many videos driving the car, as you see. I'm not going to do that today, though. There's no reason to. I don't really have all day to make a video driving it. But, you know, let's just go full throttle in the driveway for a moment. You know, see, it has some pickup power. We got to like 5 miles an hour there. Not really too much to do there. But, yeah, the car, though, it drives still just fine. Has there been any differences from the last like 60,000 miles of driving? I noticed the starter sounds a little bit different. Yes, car, I know I'm not buckled in. Okay, fine, I'll buckle in. It's gonna keep dinging at me. There we go. I know the starter sounds a little different than when the car was brand new, but it is what it is. Oh, by the way, in the middle here, you have a cup holder. So if you're wondering how many cup holders this car has, you can put a pretty big bottle here and two pretty big bottles over here as well next to each other. I have a thermos so high it actually hits right here and here. You can also put about 3 drinks across in each door panel here. The back seat, you don't have as big of an area. If I could show you the door, actually I could just get out and show you. The back seat, you don't have as big of an area to put things. By the way, there's like a big storm right here coming. That's fine. I'm gonna get this video done first. But the back seat, as you see, we don't have like a door panel here that could hold drinks. So the only cup holder that you have is sadly the one over here, but that's fine. Also, for some reason the panel gaps in this car haven't been ideal. I'm not too sure what's going on here, but like I can almost put my hand through this. Like the door's closed, you can see it's closed, but like you can't close it all the way. There's like something wrong here. I'm not exactly sure what happened here, but that's fine. This car comes with LED tail lights, apparently, and they actually work pretty good. Apparently LEDs last a lot longer, but I think these bulbs right here are actually halogen, so I'm not too sure what's up with that. For some reason the Mitsubishi logo, though, is like not fully attached anymore. I guess that's just poor quality on Mitsubishi's part. What else has been going on? Oh, the hubcaps. They've been fine, but I've actually got a scratch in one of them, and the passenger hubcap is a bit busted on the inside. That's fine and all, but it's just a little bit annoying. I would like the hubcap to not be busted. I tried gluing it, but it still just doesn't really want to come together as good as I want. But it's holding on, so I guess I can't complain too much. I guess I could take you into the engine bay. What just fell? It sounded like glass fell in here or something. That's fine. It's probably nothing. Either way, oh yeah, glove box. That's actually entirely empty too. This car is like fully empty right now. I've like gone full minimalist mode with this car. By the way, this car has electric power steering, so that means it doesn't have any hydraulic fluid in it. It's like the same steering as in a Toyota Prius. And because of that, you can like steer it with one finger if you want. It's actually pretty easy to steer. It's easier to steer when you're moving, of course. Right now I'm not moving, so it's harder to steer. But either way, it's really, really easy to move the steering wheel, which is nice. Oh, by the way, I also got at some point in the past, it was 70% ceramic tint, and that actually makes this car a lot cooler. You can't really tell it's tinted that much, maybe a little bit. I got it about a year ago, and the tint is actually holding up really good. It's like a little bubble up here, though, happening. That was there immediately, though. Although, part of my tint, though, is a little bit messed up. I should try to go get some warranty work on it. I don't know why exactly, but, like, if you look down here, there's it's like a little bit, like, messed up. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, for some reason the tint is like coming off in shards. I'm not too sure what the reason is for that, but it's fine, I guess. I didn't really want that dark tint anyway, so you know what, it's fine if the tint gets lighter. I mean, it doesn't need to be super dark anyway. I prefer it to actually be 0%, but the shop can only put a minimum of 70% on, so that's what I did. Oh, by the way, for some reason this gap down here is not like perfectly aligned. This and this and this are a little bit different, and actually this driver door doesn't close all the way. You can see my finger through here, but the door is actually all the way closed. So I don't know why or what causes this door to not want to close all the way, but whatever, I don't know. I guess I should go and see if Mitsubishi takes care of that. I guess there's like a recall maybe for the panel gaps in this car. It's almost like a Tesla now, I don't know. The car's got like bigger panel gaps in the last 10,000 miles. Either way, is the car really easy to drive? Oh yeah, it really is a lot easier to drive than you might actually imagine. Coming under the engine bay here, let's get the hood prop set up. You may notice the engine bounces around quite a bit, or maybe you don't actually. My camera doesn't really pick it up because it's the wrong hertz. What if I slow it down slightly? Do you see my hand like vibrating? Yeah, that's completely normal. It's a 3-cylinder engine, so it's perfectly normal for it to vibrate. It seems like I'm a little bit low on windshield washer fluid though. But I've been changing the transmission fluid every 20,000 miles. The engine, I've been changing the oil every roughly 3,000 miles. Oh, by the way, do I have an oil leak down there? No good, my oil filter's not leaking. But overall, though, the engine in this car has been perfectly reliable. Same goes for the Jacto CVT. On some cars, the Jacto CVTs have some issues, notably in the Nissan Sentra. But if you take good care of them, it's fine. I should also note something. The Nissan Sentra, it did get a recall. It's literally pushing this transmission to the limit. It's designed for 120 horsepower, and that happens to be what the Nissan Sentra is. Plus, most Nissan owners don't really take that good care of it either, and are heavy-footed in a lot of cases, so they do wear those transmissions out quite fast. And also, the transmission doesn't really have a transmission cooler. It has a heat exchanger, which is down there, and that's fine for this car, but like in a Nissan Sentra or something, it's just not enough. Even in this car, it sometimes isn't enough. Like if you go off-roading up there, the transmission really enjoyed sitting around 220 degrees, which is pretty warm. Overheating is 250, but anything past about 190 is getting pretty hot. Coming down to the hubcaps here, I don't know why, but they like turn black. I don't know. I do need to start getting new tires though, because my tires appear to be getting on the older end. Let me just turn the wheel to the left here fully. I do actually have some tires, so I might get them put on soon. If we come down here, you can see, well, you don't see any cracks up. There are some chunks taken out of it, and in some parts of the tire there are big chunks missing. On the inner sidewall there is a crack on it, so I think it is time for new tires. I need to call Discount Tire and see if they'll put some new tires on. But yes, what's going on with the car so far? It's been pretty good. By the way, headroom in the front seat is absolutely fine. Legroom wise, it does have a decent amount of legroom. Oh, by the way, this door also is not really opening super good. I'm not too sure why. But legroom wise, you do end up hitting this if you're bigger, so your leg might like get sore leaning against this. Maybe not, it just depends. As you can see though, headroom wise, you have quite a bit. Like you go all the way up to here, so that's pretty good. Oh, by the way, this door seems like it's like constantly locked. I can't really open it. I can see it down here for some reason. I don't know why I can see through that. Normally I can't, but I can see through there, and that's kind of weird. But the door is like constantly locked, so I might take it in and see if Mitsubishi can like unlock my door, because it's kind of just not working. I was thinking of taking the door panel off to fix it, but yeah, maybe Mitsubishi will have an idea. I don't know. What if I like push on it? Did I just dent the door? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Oh, I need to go buy a paint pen, by the way, because I got a scratch down here and it's bugging me. I watched a Chris Fix video, and what he did is he went over and sanded it with like 3000 grit and then 5000 grit sandpaper and got this area nice and smoothed out, kind of. And then he got the paint pen and put several coats of paint on it. And then he went over and sanded it, and then he put some clear coat on it, and then he waxed it. And it actually turns out quite good. So I might try to do that here, because I don't really like that scratch right there. It's not like fully okay with me. I don't want to scratch there, it bugs me. For some reason this taillight here looks a little bit fogged, not a lot, but like it's not super clear. But then this one over here you can see very clear. I don't know what's up with that either, but that's okay. With the front headlight, similar situation. This one's a little bit fogged up, and this one's a little bit fogged up. I think the reason why they're a little bit fogged up is because I put some cleaner on the headlights to prevent fog, and maybe, just maybe, it actually caused the fog, because it happened like within a week of me putting the cleaner on the headlights, so I'm not too sure what's up with that. Oh, by the way, this car has like the tiniest exhaust known to man, and yes, it is perfectly normal for this exhaust to vibrate like it does. I'm looking to get a tow hitch for this car, by the way, because I do want to be able to tow a cargo carrier behind me or something to be able to carry larger items. I think that would help out quite a bit. Oh, by the way, the headroom in the back seat, yeah, it's not very good unless you're like 3 years old. I can't really recommend this car for anyone large if you're going to be sitting in the back seat. I'll show you in a moment here. There's like a piece of crud on the seat here. So when you're sitting in here, like there is a little bit of like headroom, but you're pretty limited. Like I kind of just am stuck here for some reason. I'm not too sure what is up with that exactly. It's like this car just isn't really made for any larger people in the back. It's kind of like the Scion IQ. Also, the serpentine belt, I keep forgetting to tighten it. It keeps chirping a little bit, and I should probably tighten it at some point. Maybe not. It's not too bad yet. Okay, I guess I should probably stop messing around in this video and like try to explain something here. Hey, John, why is there a slight dent in the back of your car? Well, I was like driving down Interstate 215 and a motorcycle was going approximately 150 miles an hour, 150 mph, not kilometers per hour. Then the motorcycle hit a Chevrolet Silverado, sideswiped it. Then they sideswiped a Lexus RX 500. Then they sideswiped a Toyota Corolla. And then they sideswiped a Chevrolet Camaro. And then they went airborne into the back of the Mitsubishi Mirage. So that is why there is, that's that probably has something to do with like the little bit limited headroom in the back. So let me try to explain why this damage happened. So this car, you may notice if you look at the crash test ratings, has a good rollover crash test. And frontal wise it has a good crash test, unless it's a small overlap test. In that case it does pretty poorly. And then rear end collision, it would actually be pretty fine. If you look on Copart, most collisions from the back don't go all the way to here, and you're perfectly fine in the back seat. So why did this situation happen? Why is the back seat in really bad condition? Well, there's actually, I can think of a couple of reasons why it bent like it did. So the motorcycle was moving at least 100 miles an hour when it hit the car, airborne, and it didn't hit the crash structure. Like if you look through here, you can see there's a beam in there, and that beam is what a vehicle is supposed to run into, down here, not up here. So because of that, it kind of buckled the supports. How do I explain this? So if you have a bookshelf, all right, the bookshelf is a rectangle and it's sitting like this, all right, and it's pretty weak and can fall over like this if you don't have like the proper supports. Like how do I explain it? You have a bookshelf, all right, and it can like fall over, all right. That's the similar situation here, except it went over and like hit the bookshelf support like right here and like bent it downwards. That's kind of what happened from my understanding. The roof is supposed to support downward force, and the back end of the car is supposed to support crashes that way. but it's not really intended to have a bike go this way. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's not really what the roof designers were like intending, because that's not the normal like damage. Usually roof damage would be a rollover where all of these pillars here would have somewhat of an equal downward force, but in this case it has not a very equal like downward force. Instead, it's not a downward force, instead it's some kind of a force that would be knocking over like a flimsy bookshelf. By the way, if you're wondering if the trunk opens, no it doesn't. Also, if you're wondering how does the backup camera work, I'm asking the same question. The reason why, the wires for the backup camera go up through here, into here, and then up to the front. So how is the wire not broken for the camera? I don't know. And no, the trunk does not open. For some reason my windshield wiper is like missing. I don't know where it went, couldn't find it, so that's fine. I'm kind of curious what happens if I turn the windshield washer fluid on. What's going to spray where? I'm kind of curious to see. I think it might actually just spray into the car. Well, I'm not too concerned about the seats. They kind of need replaced regardless. So let's try that. Let's do something called get into the car because it's hot outside. And let's just turn on the rear washer. Okay, something's probably happening. I heard it spraying fluid. I don't know where. I heard the motor though. So if we come over here and take a look, where is it spraying liquid? I think it's probably spraying it inside here somewhere. But it seems like the wiper did not move. Oh wait. Oh, actually, it might have moved. It wants to be in this position now. So it's kind of being stuck by this piece. So the motor, or the wire going to this motor actually still works, which is pretty impressive. But where is this? I don't know, actually. I have no idea where the fluid is being sprayed. It's supposed to come down somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, by the way, they scratched my paint a little bit. Like, if you look here, there's like flakes of paint coming off. I don't know why. That's pretty annoying. I mean, the paint's pretty good on this car, and then I scratched it slightly, so that's not very good. You can see where the tire for the motorcycle went while they were airborne. The motorcycle kind of just landed here with their tire going well over 100 miles an hour. I got the crash on dash camera, but I cannot show it on YouTube. It's a little bit too graphic, so yeah, sorry you can't see it. But imagine a GTA 5 player being aggressively hit by a car, and then they just go, whew! That's approximately what happened here. It's just like they just kept on flying down the road, faster than I was. Significantly faster, by the way. They were going like 50 miles an hour faster than I was when they hit me. Like, the guy flying over the car was still going like 50 miles an hour faster than me. And that's got to include slowing down by hitting 4 other cars first, and also hitting this car, and they still had that much momentum. So they were really, really flying. Are there any leaves in the trunk of this car? Oh yeah, there are some leaves in here now. Alright, it's hot outside. Let's get back inside. Oh, by the way, after the crash, I still drove this car about 1.5 hours back to the house in this condition. I was the biggest popular person on the road. Like, even ambulance drivers were waving their phone out the window videotaping me. I was like extremely popular, more popular than a Rolls Royce or a Bugatti or a Lamborghini combined. So that was pretty awesome. Why am I doing this review now at 59,497 miles, which is approximately 503 miles early from the 60,000 mile review? Well, the reason why is, as you can see, the car is not in very good condition. It's more spectacular looking from the outside. Oh, by the way, this airbag went all the way off, all the way to here. So if you're wondering, yes, this is one solid airbag. But the car is not really in very good condition, as you can tell, and I'm waiting for insurance to figure something out. I don't know what's going to be happening. So most likely the car is totaled. I mean, this panel gap is wrong, this panel gap is wrong. I can literally see the outside through this panel gap. If you get the right angle here, you can see the outside somehow. Do you see the outside? Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Yes, it's a Mirage. Yes, it's a cheaper car, but no, that panel gap is not normal. So I think because of like how big the panel gaps are and how many humongous gaps there are in this car, yeah, the chance of it like being allowed to drive again is very small. I do want to turn this car into a pickup truck. I've wanted to turn a car into a pickup truck in the past, and I think this would be a great candidate because, I mean, it's been taken care of like amazingly well. But the problem is, I think once insurance buys it from us, yes, we can buy it back, but it will be salvaged. All right, a salvage title car, that's not a problem, unless you're planning on doing other things to it, like I would. So, okay, let's say we buy it back. We get the salvage car. What do you do then? Well, you need to get the car to a rebuilt title. How do you do that? From my understanding, you need to basically make the car back to OEM spec. Get rid of all the frame bends and everything. Get rid of all the damage, the big damage. Get rid of the headliner, put a new headliner in. I need to get the same airbag in here as well. Basically, I have to turn the car back to original to get it rebuilt, from my understanding, which would be extremely expensive to do that. Like, more than just buying a new Mitsubishi Mirage. Now, doing it yourself, you probably can do it for like $5,000 maybe, or less, right around there. But the problem is, I wouldn't really want to do that to turn it back into a normal Mitsubishi Mirage. I'd want to, let me get back out again. Let's not lock the keys in here though, let's roll the windows down. So what I want to do is cut down this way, and cut this way, and cut around here, keep on cutting, and then go up there, put a wall in here, and then turn this area into a pickup truck bed. That's what I want to do. I'll ask a lot more questions in the future at insurance or someone, I don't know who, to see if that's at all possible to turn this into a pickup truck. Like, the big majority of the damage would be cut off. This is the big majority of the damage right here. It would all be gone, all right? So that mainly would probably be fine to be a pickup, I don't know. And then in here we just make it all flat and yeah, it'd be a pickup. But again, I don't know how that would work because I have to get a rebuilt title, and I think to get a rebuilt title I have to have all the original safety equipment in here as well. So I'd have to put this exact same airbag in here, which has to go all the way to here. But if it were to be a pickup truck, this wouldn't exist. So yeah, I don't know exactly. By the way, this car is actually legal to drive still. I gotta realign the tail light and tape it better, something like that. And it actually is legal to drive it like this. I was asking the police officer, and yeah, as long as the tail lights work just fine, you're fine to drive it. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I mean, it's not in good condition, but you can still drive it. So that's good. But you can't really drive it. We're waiting for insurance and whatnot, and then insurance is probably going to take it. Oh look, there's like the hoses in here. Oh wait, you can see there's like wetness. Wait, maybe that's where the water went. It went down inside here or something. Maybe, I'm not too sure. But yeah, the car was pretty popular when I was driving it around, so that was pretty exciting. But yeah, this car I think has been on its final adventure, which is not good, but I mean, there's not really much you can do about it, really. Hopefully we can get another Mitsubishi Mirage with what insurance gives us, but who knows what insurance is going to give us. They could give us $3,000, or they could give us the value of the car. Hopefully the value of the car, but who knows? I heard insurance likes to lowball people, so we'll see what happens. They might give us $3,000, or maybe they'll give us what we're supposed to get, like $16,000. And wow, the wind is really kicking up. All right, that's neat. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to help support the channel, maybe help put a few dollars towards a new car if insurance doesn't work out too good, consider becoming a channel member. If you're not in the position to do it, don't do it. There's no need to do it, but it would help out a little bit if you could do that. And yeah, do I still recommend the Mitsubishi Mirage after this crash? Yes, because this crash was not just the normal fender bender. This was a quite spectacular collision. So yeah, you wouldn't be okay in the back seat, but at the same time, this again is not normal. Oh, by the way, to make it like even less good, the seat belt would have been tensioned when you crashed, so you'd be held back there by the seat belt, as the roof pushes you forward, so you'd be like even more smashed. So not good in that sense either, but again, this is a unique situation, or in weather terms, it would be considered a particularly dangerous situation. That is actually a weather thing you can get in particularly dangerous situations. Like in the Moore EF5 tornado or something, that was a particularly dangerous situation from my understanding. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, the car revs up just fine. It drives just fine. And I mean, it drives straight down the road like this, but I don't really know what else to do at this point. I wonder what happens if I try turning the key on while it's running. Oh, it actually does something. You can keep returning the key and it does something. Like it turns the computer on or something. That's pretty interesting. I know in other cars it would go or something. The starter would sound weird. But yeah, I don't want to mess this up too bad. I mean, if we get another Mitsubishi Mirage, which I'm pretty sure we are, it'd be good to have this car as a parts car because there are so many good parts on this car. Just not back there. All of this is good condition. Just the trunk isn't, but the expensive bits are up here, and that's all fine. So if we get it, let's say, a used Mirage or something, and then the engine decides to explode on it for some reason, we have an engine right here to put in that car. So it's a nice idea. We also have a brand new transmission, almost, to put in it as well. Yes, I know I just revved the engine when it was cold, but didn't do that much damage to it, I don't think. It's running for a little while, but I don't know what's happening yet, but yeah, that's the final video on this car. To end off the Mirage series at 60,000 miles. So I didn't really expect the Mirage series to end like this, maybe a fender bender. I certainly did not expect a motorcycle to be flying through the sky and landing on the car. That was not really a thought. So that's pretty unique, I gotta say. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good day. Oh, actually, I gotta mention one other thing. One of the tire sensors has been flashing every once in a while. I don't know what's causing that. It's been happening for a long time. I don't know which tire it is either. It's just a tire sensor. It's just, sometimes it disconnects. No big deal. It's just a little bit annoying though.